you.
Thank you. I'm the only one on.
There we go.
but It's
Yep,
nice,
the rest
nice
of the-
background. Thank you.
Sorry, thank you for letting us know.
Now we know she's watching.
The fiber optics RFP for Community Park, we did receive 2 proposals. We're still in the process of evaluating those proposals. Hopefully we'll have something to you next month for consideration. That's to run the fiber to Community Park, to Social Center Pool and the Triple Play Cafe.
Who submitted? Can I ask?
Midwestern Electric and El Oso Construction were the 2 that were submitted. So we're meeting with Impact to review that and look at some of the specifics there. They were, there was significant, one was almost double the cost of the other. And something's not right there. I may end up having to even re-quote it.
So which one was which?
Midwestern Electric was much higher. Which they're a union shop versus the other one's not. That's definitely part of it. But I think it's more than that because it shouldn't be that much difference there between them. Maintenance staff, we're down 1/3 of our staff, our full-time maintenance staff. 2 people are out on injured leave right now. So that's just some bad luck that we've had. So Kevin's crew is doing the best they can with everything. We have a couple seasonal guys who stuck around a little bit longer than normal. So that's definitely helped us out to pick up some of the need that we have out there. The cricket pitch out at West Lake Park, the new turf has arrived. It was there. They were squaring it off that day and the rains came. So it's laying on site. They have to roll it back up and glue it down again. Since it got wet though, the padding that's underneath got soaked, so now it has to dry out up there. So hopefully here soon, it'll get done.
Whose fault was all that? The subcontractor or general contractor?
The subcontractor, the general was Gary, the sub who was doing that was called Surface America. They're the ones who also have done some of our playground, the poured in place surfacing around the playgrounds. They do a lot of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, but it's taken them a while to get that going. Hopefully here within the next week, we'll have it finalized out there. I mentioned the Hart Ditch. There's some work that's going to be done along Hart Ditch over by Twin Creeks Park and White Oak. A little bit, about 1,700 feet. Attached to your report, the last page is the actual notice that was sent. Dan, do you want to chime in?
I have no idea what you're talking about whatsoever. We're actually financing that.
It's a ditch. A hard
We're fixing it. We're
Okay.
fixing it all the way from, what is that? The Twin Creek Boulevard? What's that road that
The
runs?
bridge, Somerset goes into Twin Creek?
What's that? What's the street
The
name?
bridge?
Twin Creek Boulevard.
Is it Twin Creek?
Poplar, I'm sorry, Poplar.
Poplar. So we
Okay.
started like 3 years ago. We started at Poplar and we're
Yeah.
working our way north. And so, yeah, we're paying for it. The county's running the project because they have the ability. And I don't know why they just gave you that notice, because they were supposed to give you a letter stating what was gonna happen and sort of the
So
plan.
Emerson's running it
Yeah,
and you're funding?
we're paying the county, they're running it through.
Oh, okay.
They have the engineers to do it, we
Yeah,
don't, so.
that's interesting.
I'll send you the plans of what it's gonna look like, but
It says the parks will not be affected. I think just to make you aware and to kind of mention it to the public, there's going to be some trees that come down because of the bank work.
and
So
there will be
that's-
some disruption in the parks.
Yeah.
But we're doing it in November. I'm assuming there's not gonna be, hopefully, it's gonna be cold and no one really wants to go outside. It takes long.
And soccer's over out there.
Yes.
On the recreation side of things, Jill has attended the national conference virtually to continue her professional certification just recently here. Bark in the Park was a big hit for us, big success. Company which is Hayrise, Jill will talk about that in a few minutes. That was also a success. Our teenagers for 2023 will begin renewal December 1st. Out at White Oak Park near the park sign, if you've been by, Allen Landscaping has done a little landscaping project there. Munster Garden Club donated the plants for that. Kevin coordinated that work to get that done. Out at Centennial, the golf course rounds definitely since Labor Day have dropped, which is normal for this time of year. This week will be the last week of using the grass tees out on the driving range. Revenues for September were down across the board out there compared to a year ago. Course has been aerated with the, or 90% of the course has been aerated for that, which is again an annual project out there. Leaves are blowing leaves and mulching leaves out on the course, blowing them out the course has become part of their daily list of jobs at this time of year. Irrigation blowout for that park is scheduled for the first week in November, and that is it for my report.
Um, sorry, I think it's great that the programs all were in the black. I think staff, that's amazing. And I see we have some great numbers of participants. That's great to see too.
And that's a continual thing, month to month, typically. I mean, Jill and those guys do a great job with that. And of course, that's also where we set our minimums. If we don't reach a minimum, there, if you looked at the vouchers, there was a bunch of refunds on there. When we don't reach a minimum, we have to refund monies. And
That's
because
great.
if we ran it in,
Operate, that's smart way to
yeah,
operate.
so that's where a lot of those refunds on the voucher came from.
Thank you. If you could just, the last part here, the golf. Or the last section there, is the golf report,
Yes,
is that? Go past it. Continue on golf.
Yeah, golf, so driving range down quite a bit for September.
yeah, that's a year of this September compared to last September, so yes.
Yeah. Public rounds are down as well, but green fees are the same-ish.
Yeah, there was an increase in green fees within the last year, so they picked up, but even though rounds are down. The ones.
Costs are up.
paying,
And pro shop sales are down, quite a bit in September as well.
And that's expected from last year versus how our pro shop is compared.
And-
Is it, oh, sorry, no, go ahead. Is it driving rate related to the parking?
That was my question anyway.
That is something that Caleb has mentioned. There is a feeling that we've lost the convenience of come in there, go up to the machine, drop your money, go hit your bucket of balls, get your car and leave. Because we've added this extra step of, if you want free parking, you need to walk down to the pro shop, validate the parking in essence, or enter you into the system. So there are people who said that they don't like that. He does attribute that to.
So Wicker Park, that's the competition.
Probably, yeah, next closest range. I mean, otherwise you're going out to,
Driving.
yeah, no, it's a drive for either. There's nothing else real close. in Sherwood to
Yeah, sure would.
Sherwood or Cedar Creek down on 231.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Now, workers for sure.
Lost Marsh.
Wicker.
That's
I'm just,
It's a drive.
drive. Okay,
Just an observation. The pumpkin, which is a hayride, and Steve. Sure. Events, reporting.
We had a great weather day. We had 7 food vendors, 3 sponsors, 15 in-kind sponsors, over 25 trick or treat, business and arts and crafts vendors, over 50 volunteers, and over 700 wristbands sold. Included in that, we had 12 games, a balloon artist, a character meet and greet, stage entertainment, face painting, bounce houses, a pony ride, over 350 pumpkins, as well as hay rides and costume contests. So the event was extremely well attended with over 2,500 in attendance. We stopped all of the ticket sales at 1 o'clock to allow all of the public to be able to get through the lines because the lines were very long. I think the vendors ended up going through their last round of people around 2:15, 2:30. So we have already our changes for what we're going to do next year to make it even better. But overall, we brought in over 4,700.
great job.
It's always helpful when the weather is just perfect too.
Oh, yeah.
like this weekend.
This coming weekend.
There you go.
We have 2 this coming weekend,
3.
3 this coming weekend, so yeah. It'll be nice.
Thank you. And in the items for discussion section, now we have Centennial Soil Boring recommendation.
Yes, so this is after our previous joint study session with the town council that we discussed the process of next steps out of Centennial. We decided that, it was to continue to move forward with the contract for CSK Architects. in conversation with CSK, they even admitted, hey, let's get these soil borings done first. And we'll even be able to write a better contract for you, so more accurate. Because if there's a possibility that these could discover that we can't build there, and then we have to go to some other secondary option.
Absolutely.
So we're bringing this to you today with the recommendation. They put them out for bid to a few different companies. The one from Alton Witzig is a company to come and do those borings out there, out at the park, based upon where those buildings are presented in that concept plan. And we are recommending that we authorize, that we accept that proposal and authorize the director to sign that on your behalf.
I'll make that.
Who did the borings for the banquet facility?
Well, I was just gonna say.
It
we
was,
made a-
no, it was not them, it was.
I think that it's important-
K&S Engineering, yeah,
Yeah, I think that it's important that we relay every
yes,
soil test, every boring report that we have,
yes.
you know, from the, even if it's another
Even
section.
older.
We have to have that available, you know, for this. We want to make sure that everything is valuable. Mr. Rike over there had made a motion.
I just didn't want to repeat exactly what he said, so I just said I would make that motion
Yeah.
in what he said.
Mr. Rike motions to approve the proposal.
For Alton Witzig.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded.
It's not money out of his pocket that covers it.
All in
But I
favor?
want the project to be there. Let's get going.
Right, we think we all do. We
We
want to
do
make
first,
sure
right?
that every, you know, every
Customer
precaution is
is
like.
like-
Aye.
Motion passes. Sorry, I was reading again. I keep reading and then losing my train of thought. Yes, I agree. I think everyone wants the pro shop completed, but just to reinforce what the council said at our work study, we want to make sure that all of those studies are passed along to any architect or anybody that's going to be evaluating that. The next one is conditional preliminary approval from Saxon Partners.
Yes, this is something that you have, this is the third time you've seen this. Gary Werkel from Saxon Partners is here today. And that's the paper I gave you at the beginning of the meeting that he brought with him. This is, if you may recall, on the paper that I just gave you, the third page is the most recent, I'm sorry, yes, the last page, this one here is that was the last one that was approved by you. The one that is in front of that was kind of also approved by you, but that was the original one.
Is this the same as in our packet?
No, it's a little bit updated, the paper one I gave you, the one.
The new one you just passed out, yeah.
The paper that I passed out.
Because this one says 5, I think as well.
Yes.
I want it back.
The letters are the same. The cover letter is the same. It's just the graphics that are going to be different in the materials today. When the one that was most recently approved went back to the planning commission, they caught something that isn't allowed in our community, which is in essence, they would have had the home that's the first one north of Fisher on Manor would have had parkland in front of their house. They would have had an easement drive through our park to get out to Manor. And they said, wait a minute, we can't do that. So sent him back out to the drawing board. At Saxon Partners, they made some smaller revisions there and are back to the previous plan, which is your second page in the attachment today. So with that, Gary's here to present anything in addition. I asked him to.
So it's this one now, right?
It is that one, correct. That's the one that is before you. All the other details are still all the same there that he's presented in the past to us, but I can let him add further to it.
No, I think you covered it quite well, Mark. It's deja vu. We're back to square A, and the town planner had and the plan commission, they did approve. Gave us approval on the first one that you approved, which is the third page.
The plan commission.
Plan commission, yeah. But then after after that, the town planner had some concerns with the town attorney, and so they asked if we could go back to the previous version, which we have. We're okay either way.
So the issue was 8841?
Yes.
Yeah, see how on the, how the driveway swings over?
Right.
That presents a condition that's not quite normal
Okay,
in town standards.
okay.
And also they were concerned about the maintenance of the park space in front of the home.
Right.
So,
There's a concern that we as the parks probably would not mow that as often as that homeowner would mow their front lawn. So even though you have a sidewalk kind of differentiating where their property ends and where ours picks up, it still was an oddity. And that's something that on their books that's not allowed. So that's why they caught it after the fact.
So the new landscape is that, did you tell the homeowners? That they like it, or-
I did.
And they're okay with that?
Yeah, we just had some conversations. They prefer the third option, but they will accept this. I think what we'll have to do is probably give them a landscape allowance, which we're willing to do because that it's not ideal, having a drive come in to their front yards. But that condition though does exist at many other places in Muncie. It's not unusual, but not having it and then have to have it, it's.
For the record, I don't know any of the owners,
I don't either.
It's been my thing, I live there, but that's their thing. Okay, so what do you need from us? Approve this?
Yeah, I need you to approve it, basically the same thing you did.
Yeah, this
Several months ago.
confirmation, conditional preliminary.
You're back to
approval
square one.
with this city.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back to where we were the first time.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Are those trees or bushes?
They're just gonna give an allowance, so they're gonna give them X, and then they could put abrevieties if they wanted, I don't know, if it fits the code.
I think the code doesn't allow that.
Oh,
That,
they could put apple trees on it.
that's going to be a roadway.
I'm just assuming you're gonna give them money to put up landscaping, and if they don't, if they're bothered by the lights, they should have used it, and they could actually probably, I don't know if they can or can't, but can they pocket that money to say?
Yeah, that's a great question. I thought about that, but we prefer it to go into landscape,
Oh, I,
but I don't know.
usually people get insurance checks for their roof, and they don't ever really put it into the roof until the roof starts failing. That's so bad.
The one owner of 8837, Jenna Candiano, she liked the idea of the landscape allowance, and she would like to see something done in terms of, rocks or planters or a barrier, just for safety, in case a car would come falling through there and miss the stop sign.
I can see that.
And landscaping would have to be on the inside of their sidewalk, so that would be just for your.
Yeah, exactly, correct.
Not in the park.
Right.
I think for the planters and things like that.
I don't know what, I mean, approving the original,
Well, I would,
please tell me how to phrase it.
yeah, I would recommend to approve this conditional preliminary approval dated October 12th, 2022, as previously.
I agree, I'll make that motion.
Second.
Jill will make me sound smart.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Maybe this will be the last time.
Why? Come on back.
I definitely won't be the last time.
Took a lot of time.
Last item on the agenda is a activity participant code of conduct.
Yes, we've had a recurring issue in one of our ongoing regular recreational activities that has continued to escalate between individual participants.
What's the
Believe it or not, this is in our teenager program.
Come on.
So the issue's taken up a lot of staff time. This was something Skylar had dealt with previously, Mara had dealt with. It's escalated, it's continued, it's come to
Stop
Jill.
it, what is
It's
this?
come to me. It's just a disagreement mainly between two people, but it's gotten to the point where others have gotten involved and said, this is, we have to do something.
Is it bad
Is it like
language?
bridge or
Is
what?
it
Like
lingo?
It's
like
bad
prices?
language, it's kind of just, some of it, I think we've called it childish actions between some of the seniors who will bring treats and that part of it I'm not worried about. But when you start to call other people names, using cursing language at them, that's something we don't want to tolerate.
Teenagers.
We wouldn't tolerate that in a day camp setting.
Really?
We don't want to have
So
that
it's
there.
Corky
So,
Lane over there.
yeah, so
And
th-
You're there, good.
this is
At one time?
something.
50.
Oh, yes. I'm almost there.
So this is something we stylized off of a different agency and stylized it for us here in town. It just gives us a little bit more of something that you've set as a policy that we brought to you, considered approved, that we can refer to when we need to send letters that we can refer to this. It has been brought up in this particular instance where we've been threatened that says they're going to come to you. Well, we want to have this already discussed before they come to you and not have to waste your time on these guys.
Yeah, tell them next, hurry up, because some of my couple guys are out.
My first meeting where people arguing at a dog park, now I get teenagers, like. But it's like, no,
But it's something that we've made general enough that we also would like to have that.
I mean, this is some people's only social outlet, I probably imagine that they take it very seriously.
Yes.
And they are probably very invested in it. So I'm sure that that's why the emotion, my mom goes to this thing.
oh, I gotta go.
So she hasn't told me anything about this, so I don't know.
You need to
Maybe
talk
she's
to
one of the.
It's not my mother, is it?
She is not.
It's gonna be an A&E later, like.
It's not my mother, is it? She does go to the bingo.
She surely has witnessed it.
The lives of teenagers
Yeah,
on
she
A&E
doesn't, she
are.
hasn't even
Mike,
mentioned
she's gonna come
anything
back out
about
and
it.
report.
Right?
I would make the motion to approve the code of conduct for 50-year-olds that don't know how to act. I love it.
I mean, I actually can see it happening now at a soccer game or some other stuff.
Absolutely.
too,
And if someone clocks somebody in soccer, this would cover that.
Or even the pool,
Yeah, the pool has different rules. That as a facility, we have different rules that are posted there, but this is for all our programs. So,
Good idea.
yeah,
I second it.
yeah, I've been to Little League games, I know what it is.
There's.
I coached one.
Yeah.
That's why we're.
Okay.
There hasn't been a second, there was a motion over
No,
there.
he seconded.
Oh, I didn't hear.
You were
I'm
reading,
sorry.
you were reading,
So
and you
sorry.
were wondering out loud whether your mom's involved somehow.
I was actually reading, and the last one I got to was continuous poor sportsmanship or over aggressive competitiveness. That's what I was like, I wonder if I was literally just thinking, that's probably the one that you're talking about, right? Is that the one? Did I nail it?
not as much. This one for us is more, I'd almost say it's
Foul
number one,
language.
harassment, intimidation, using words.
Oh, okay. I was thinking the
That's-
poor
Is
sportsmanship
that
one.
directed at another teenager or at?
No, at each other, yeah. Teenagers here.
Okay. What?
I think he's.
Yeah, I was reading like, I can't imagine who would be that crazy over people. I'm trying to put myself into that.
I know.
There does start to be little clicks there, and that's kind of where some of that occurs. Mara had an opportunity where there was an argument over reserving and saving seats for people and things like that. We're like, come on, we're here to
You should do the
socialize.
seats like bingo, put them
Yeah.
all number up and then call them out, and you sit where you have to sit.
It may drive away some of our participation though. That's the only problem.
Oh.
No, I've never heard of that, but
I can't wait to turn 50.
I was just thinking,
I'll be over.
it's a way to meet people your own age
Yes.
and socialize.
My mom went
Like a high school reiteration, it's just crazy. But anyway, moving on. Did we vote?
No, we're still waiting.
All
for
in
you.
favor,
Is
sorry.
is your term almost over as president?
Right.
Stop.
Aye.
I
Aye.
move we adjourn.
Second.
Seconded.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
You said.
It is my birthday today.
Is it
Oh, really?
I showed up on my birthday.
Well,